So, brows shape the face, okay? They can make you look snatched or like you just woke up from a 5-year nap. Which one would you like, honey? Which one? Choose, okay? Now, for my brows, I either use a brow pomade or I use a pencil, okay? We need a concealer to clean it up after we've filled in the brows, and we need a brow glue to lay the hairs down, okay, honey? Because one thing I will always say, if that man takes you swimming, child, that brows is gonna stay on flick, okay? Period. Now let's get right into it. Now, my skin is already prepped for the makeup, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna remove any excess oil. I know for sure because I had my primer on there and my moisturizer is on the brow, so I wipe the brows off first before I apply any product on there. Another thing you can do, if you have a translucent powder, you could just dab the translucent powder on the oil. It will suck up any excess oil on your brow, and then you could go ahead and fill in your brows. All right, so let's get to the brows, honey. Let us get to the brows. Let us get to the brows. All right, so I'm gonna come closer, okay, so we can get to the brows. First, get yourself a spoolie, brush the hairs upwards. Now, the reason why we're brushing the hairs upwards, we're trying to create that laminated look. And if your brows are scarce, brushing it up allows you to see it more clearly, and then you're able to fill it in better. All right, so grab your brush or your pencil. I am using a pomade, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, all right, I'm using this pomade. This one I got from Ulta Beauty, but I do have another one that I use from Amazon. um I will attach it so you have access to it. So I place it on an eyeliner brush from my BS Small brush set. And what I'm gonna do, the first area that I'm gonna tackle, okay, is my brow glue. I take the glue, and the same way I just brush my brow with the pomade, I use the glue to do so. This is what the glue looks like. Okay, it's from NYX Cosmetics. Take it. Okay, whatever brow glue that you have, take it. I like this because it has the applicator on here. It has a little spoolie on there, so it's gonna get me right. And then brush the hairs in the same direction. Okay, it will keep the brow hairs in place for you. No stress. All right, because as women, we have too many things to worry about already. We cannot add makeup to the mix. Okay, so as much as I can make it easy when I teach the makeup, I want to do so. So I grab my fan, because you need the glue to dry. Okay, grab your fan, dry the brow glue, okay, and then we can go ahead and fill in the brows. All right, and that's what we're gonna do right now. Oh, I love a moisturized skin. That skin is moisturized, okay? That makeup is gonna sit so nicely on that skin. I keep turning I keep turning the thing on and off. I keep turning the fan on and off. Okay, so first area, right, this line right there, I take some of the pomade and I just put some right in the bottom there to define this line right there. Then I take the top, same thing to the top. I take some of the product and I use some to define the line, the arch right there, so it's more pronounced. All right, once I'm done with that, if I want, sometimes I add some hair. Okay, it's up to you if you don't want to do that. And then I go with hair-like strokes, just like that. Okay, now because this is an eyeliner brush, it's very thin, you will get what you're looking for, as in terms of hair-like strokes. All right, so this is what I do, and this is how the brow is more pronounced. Now, once I'm done with the brow and the product in the brow, I take the spoolie again. I take the spoolie and I brush the product. Sorry. I brush the product to blend with the hair to give it a softer finish. Okay? Because you want it to be as soft and as natural as possible. That is what you do. Okay? That is what you do to get, look at this brow and look at this one. See the difference? Okay, we're going to do it again on this side so you can see. So the first area that I tackle is the line down here for more definition. Okay, so I go ahead and just start to trace under the brow right there like this for myself. Then I do the top. Okay, get the arch, more definition. Okay, I also sometimes do the starting, as I said, on this side. Okay, just to define it more, the shape more, and then I go ahead and I do my hair-like strokes to fill in the areas that need a little bit of help. Okay, the scarce areas. All right, this is what I do with the brow. Get the spoolie, and then we brush the product into the brow to give it a softer, more natural finish. Okay, now once we've done that, we move on to our concealer. This is where we're going to be carving out the eyebrows. Okay, to bring it out some more, we carve out the eyebrows. So get your concealer brush. The brush of choice that I'm using is from, it's a Wet n Wild concealer brush. The reason why I love the brush, it's flatter and it's wider. So I can use more space with it. Like it's concealer of choice I will be using is the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I usually use the LA Girl concealer because she's my OG and she always gets me right, and she's very affordable. So I always recommend that concealer. But tonight we're using this one. Okay. I'm just putting it down, swatching it so that we could get to using it. Now, okay, so once you put your concealer down, get the concealer together. Just get the tray. Let me show you what I'm putting it on. This is what I'm putting it on, so I could blend and mix any of my products. Whenever I have my products on there, makeup wise, I always put it on this so I can mix it. I use less product, so you can always do that. Okay, girls, guys, whoever is looking at this, whoever, because makeup is so versatile. All right, so I'm gonna place my brush in the product. Now, I always say, especially, okay, girls, I'm making this video for beginners, all right? And I know how difficult it is when it comes to blending, carving out your brows. Take your time. So the one thing I always recommend, short strokes will always be your best friend. Short strokes for the win. So once you place the product down, okay, you can gauge and see where you want the product to be. So every time you go, you lift the brush, you see where you have to place it down again. You lift it, you see where you have to place it down. That way you have more control of the brush, you have more control of the product, you're not fighting, okay? And then you bring the product, the concealer, all the way on your eye, because we're gonna use the concealer on our eye as our primer for our eyeshadow. All right, now you see how beautiful that brow has been shaped out. Take your time. Then you grab a blending brush. I'm gonna use the blending brush from Morphe. It's this number M164. It's actually a powder brush, but it blends so nicely. All right, grab your brush and just blend the concealer in to soften it. All right, just like that. Just like that. Okay, now you see how it lifted the brows for you. You see that? That's what you want. Okay, now depending on your brows, different brow shapes, different eye shapes, if your brow, your face cannot, you know, don't do a thick brow like this. My brow is naturally thick. I just added the extra stuff in there. But based on your face shape, face structure, your brow will be what it has to be. Do not go and create an extra line and make that brow the size of your forehead. Okay? Now, short strokes. Every time you place it down, you could gauge and see where it has to go again. That way, again, you have more control of the product. You have more control of the brush. You could see where you, look. You could see where you want it to go. All right? You could see exactly where you want the product to land. You have more control. Now, if you decide to, you have enough practice and you could do a swoop-de-doo, go ahead, girl. Do your swoop-de-doo. Do your one swoop. But I will always recommend, especially for a beginner, take your time and do the short strokes. All right? This is the area in your makeup that will take the most time. Spend the time there. Spend the time and get it right. All right? And always remember your brows are not twins, they're sisters. So they don't have to look identical, but they have to look alike. Okay? Always remember that. All right, so this is the concealer blended on the eye for my eyebrows. Okay, that's it, girls. Okay, practice, practice, practice. Practice is the only thing that will get you there. Do not be discouraged. Practice. You got this. All right, we're ending the live now. Sorry, why did I say live?